to get this drive underway. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And try to find Jackson Smith and Jigba. And now it's second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. It's quite a unit. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number one overall offense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
14 yards there on a Falcon first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's where they're...
Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. You talk about this Falcon defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There have been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
19 right.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sideline and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And just a 30-yard punt that time.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. This ball down the field for Pitts.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll throw with Penix.
And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Robinson, touchdown, Falcons. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Penix on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together.
And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Throwing on 1st down, it's Penix.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Third and long. Here's Penix.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Get the ball. 79.
They'll go play action here with Penix.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
52's a Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Bend it. Cut 19. Cut 19. 52. Mike 52. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
And looking to throw, Penix. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here is another interception.
How about this?
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there as time expires in the first half.
And the Falcons will extend their lead on the final play of the half.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
31's the mic. Army, Army. Army, Army. Kill.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes third down and 7. Operating from the gun, Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
A play fake. Now Penix.
Dancing to his left.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny.
And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown.
Bijan Robinson with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Kelvin Joseph.
And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Levis now on 1st and 10.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Extra point from McManus is good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now Penix.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Looking to throw, Penix.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Shoot.
Another shot for Penix on 2nd and 10. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Penix working out of the gun here.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Boye Mafe.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be.
And now here is another interception.
Find you something safe to do, homeboy.
And they have the football and will take
Find you something safe to do.
24-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
So we got man. Check 52. Sponge.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Motion man is Schwartz. Penix to throw on 2nd down.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Here's Penix. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Tell you one, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, the offense.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Kyle Pitts
from 3 yards out.
And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Levis looking to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
The Seahawks on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Throwing on second down, Penix. And complete to Drake London.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I thought that blitzing will stop. Oh, shoot, that's funny.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another.
I love my max blitz, my max protection. I wasn't doing it at first.
So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
I was not doing max protection.
Extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Who won the baseball game?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check 9, check 9. Bang, bang, bang.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 86 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's 2nd and 10. And Levis going to change the play. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Levis on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempts, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time now. Here's Levis. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And this will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man at Schwartz. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. As this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete.